It's the RIOT Podcast. This is the Monday, June 12th edition. And coming up in today's show will not be a food fight involving the new Grimace Shake from
Shocker.
McDonald's.
McDonald's not ready once again.
Yeah, and it's really insulting, too, because you go on the McDonald's website, and it's got the Grimace Shake right there, front and center. But you open up the McDonald's app, and it's like Grimace doesn't even exist.
Wasn't there like a burger too?
There's supposed to be a new burger that comes in a couple weeks, but also the Grimace meal for his birthday, where you get to choose whether you want a Big Mac or 10-piece nuggets with your shake.
Got it. So today was just the shake.
Today was just supposed to be the shake, and it's nowhere to be found.
Trash from McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
Because like you were able to get like a regular milkshake at this time.
Yep.
But they just didn't have the Grimace one as an option, which essentially is like, it's like a purple milkshake, right? Berry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be purple berry flavored.
Yeah, so for us this morning, disappointment. We try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you think the odds are that they'll ever have it on the app in the morning?
It's a pretty big deal, it seems. So I think tomorrow. I think we can get it tomorrow. I'm going to have faith.
I don't have faith
that we can get it tomorrow.
I'm going to be frank. I don't have faith. But I don't know if they'll put it on the apps.
I just think Grimace deserves better than this. This is supposed to be for his birthday.
Yes, his birthday's supposed to be today.
Yeah.
Trash.
And if you can't get a birthday milkshake on your birthday, what kind of birthday is that?
Yeah, this is, if I'm looking at McDonald's website right now, Grimace's B-Day is his best B-Day. And yeah.
This is
trash.
You know what, though? If you're Grimace, this is probably what you've come to expect. He's been mistreated for so long now.
The thing is I was planning on getting McDonald's for lunch today, possibly.
Yeah.
On the way home. Because it just sounded good, and I haven't had it in a while.
But now it's left a bad taste in your mouth,
But I can't do it now because if I go through, I'm going to want to get the milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't try before the show.
You think it's actually going to be good, though?
No.
That's the other thing. It's not a flavor that sounds like a milkshake I would normally order.
I would never order a purple milkshake.
No matter what it tastes like?
No matter what it tastes like. That's definitely not my vibe. A purple milkshake, not for me, I would say. But I'm willing to try it on the show tomorrow morning just to make me happy in the morning.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to try it tomorrow, I'll tell you this. If we don't get to try it tomorrow, there's no chance we ever try it.
You're giving it up?
Not that I'm giving it up, but I just think that the McDonald's won't ever pull through.
They have to have it, though. I just don't know what's going on. But you know what? I also thought, too, if there was one place I could count on, it would be McDonald's. Apparently not.
Yeah, no.
Apparently you can't count on McDonald's.
Them. Are you crazy? No chance.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hold out hope that we're able to get the Grimace Shake. In fact, if you happen to find it, let us know. If you happen to get it yourself, you can text in at 8772 RadioU. We'll see it. Or you can leave something in the comments on our YouTube or Facebook or whatnot. But hey, we're hopeful, but we've already been disappointed.
Yeah, at this point, McDonald's can't disappoint me any more than they have. Nothing would shock me at this point. But if you do try it, make sure you text us and tell us what you think of it, so that if we never get to try it, at least we'll know what it tastes like.
All right. Sounds good. We'll just let the podcast speak for itself. What do you say?
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll catch you tomorrow. It's the RIOT.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the RIOT or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The RIOT, RadioU.
If you're a Redditor, so you can explain this to me anyways, if you're thinking of going on Reddit today, think again. Because about half of the entire site is going to be going private for today only in protest.
Why?
See, that's what is unclear to me. Apparently, Reddit has made some recent changes to, as I understand it, third-party software, third-party like apps that are able to access Reddit, different ways for you to use Reddit that aren't actually typing in reddit.com. And so they're making it more difficult to use some of these third-party applications on Reddit. And the users of Reddit, Redditors as they are called, are not so pleased about this. And they're so universally not pleased that, again, about half of all of the subreddits, or at least half of the ones that are actually active are going to be going private today only as a way of protesting and showing to the powers that be at Reddit that they're not okay with this change. They still want to be able to use these things. And so they're trying to do this as a little bit of a protest to see if they can move the needle on it.
Interesting. So I like Reddit.
Yeah?
I go on Reddit a decent amount.
I check
just
in
for
on Reddit every
entertainment.
once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, I get on there. I have the app or whatever. I get on there just for entertainment to read, just like funny subreddits and things like that.
Yeah.
Mainly like stories of people asking for advice and things like that. And so, but also, if this is a one-day thing, I mean, come on.
You're just going to move on.
I mean, tomorrow I'll just get on.
Yeah.
But like, if I can't get on Reddit today, it's going to be a pretty normal Monday.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
somehow
gonna,
will live.
It's not going to ruin my day, but there are people that's going to ruin their whole day.
There's people that live on there, and I'm seeing here that that a lot of people, like if you're on one of the bigger subreddits, for example, some of the ones that are going down today are some of the biggest subreddits there are, like gaming and awe and music. They're all down today, and if you're a moderator on one of those, you would spend like an hour to 2 hours, because there's so many posts, so many comments, so much stuff you have to filter through.
How do people find the time also for that? That's crazy.
And it's a volunteer position. And that, I mean, it is kind of funny that they're making it out. I'm seeing some of the quotes from these people who are moderators saying that, this is a volunteer position. But we work very hard to make Reddit what it is. And we don't want Reddit to forget about us.
They love Reddit. They just love it. It's wild.
And I guess I sympathize if it's something that is so important to you and they're trying to make changes to it. But then again, like you are a volunteer. They don't owe you anything. Yeah.
What a thankless position.
I don't know whose side I'm on here.
Yeah, me either. Because like if you're just volunteering as like what do they call it? An editor?
A moderator?
A moderator.
Yeah.
Like at the same time, I'm like, how much the amount of time you're spending on this page is just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you could do anything with that much time.
But think about how r/gaming would suffer if one of those volunteer moderators wasn't moderating.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
Reddit would be a completely different place if there was no moderators.
That probably would, it actually probably would suck.
Or would it be a little bit more exciting?
Because you never know what you might find.
Yeah, exactly.
This is r/gaming, subreddit gaming, but a post about piñatas.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Energy drinks might be extending your life. You believe it?
No.
Let me explain this to you. Researchers recently conducted an experiment on mice where they gave them a substance that is found in nearly every energy drink and found in nearly nothing else that I can think of, and that is taurine. You ever heard of taurine?
It sounds familiar.
You ever look at a can of, if you ever look at like Monster, some of them, I'm trying to think of which ones. Some of them like really big, like where it's like vitamins, this thing, and it'll have taurine, like the things that they advertise about what's in it. Taurine.
It's like electrolytes.
Yeah, right. And taurine. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's one of those things that nobody actually knew what it means. Or maybe all this time Monster knew how good this was for us and we're just now finding out. But so scientists gave taurine to these12 and what they found was that mice saw a lifespan increase of about 10 to 12%.
It's pretty good.
That's a pretty good. So let's say you're expected to live to 70. That means you just keep taking this taurine, you keep drinking your energy drinks, you live to 77. That doesn't sound so bad, does it?
See, but I feel like we might just want to like take the taurine separately from the energy drink itself. Seems like it'd be a better idea.
You think there's other stuff in the energy drinks that would negate?
Yeah, I think so because I mean everything that everyone's told us is energy drinks are bad for you.
Yeah,
they raise your blood pressure, things like that, right? Which obviously is bad for you. But like a taurine vitamin, maybe if it's solely good, and yet again, I have no idea if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
for you at all. But
Just based off of this one sole study, though.
on mice.
It sounds, on mice. But, I mean, you know why they test on mice? Because they're practically human.
Is that so?
I think so. I think that's why they do it.
Because they're like the closest thing to us. I consumed an unreal amount of caffeine on Saturday.
Did you?
I probably consumed somewhere near 600 milligrams.
Uh-huh. That sounds
drank
outrageous.
I drank an energy drink at like noon. I drank one at like 8 o'clock.
Oh.
And then I drank one at like 11:30.
So you're going to live till you're 99.
Yeah, I'm set. So
yeah, that's all the taurine you need, probably.
Plenty of taurine for me, apparently, over the weekend. But yeah, I don't know if I would say to the public, you guys should drink energy drinks because you'll live longer. But maybe this taurine thing's a good thing.
You know what I think? I think it doesn't quite add up. It doesn't quite pass the smell test that energy drinks aren't good for you because they have so many good ingredients. And you're telling me all those good ingredients don't add up to cancel out all the negative ingredients that are in them?
Must be a lot of, maybe the negative ingredients are just really potent.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're just really bad.
Yeah. Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Wild weekend in Canada, and not just because of the wildfires. I know that was that's been the headline for the last few days because it affects New York City. But other stuff, Canada's a big country, and other stuff is going on there as well, including the Canadian Open in golf was this weekend. Now, ordinarily, we wouldn't talk about golf at all, particularly the Canadian Open, but something crazy went down at the end. First of all, an amazing shot to win the Canadian Open, an amazing putt by Nick Taylor, who happens to be a Canadian. So it was a big celebration as a Canadian wins the Canadian Open in golf, right? That's amazing. It included people storming the green on the 18th hole after he makes this amazing putt to win, including other golfers coming over to celebrate the win. But the problem is security at the event is taking their job very seriously. It makes sense. It could be a dangerous situation. But security rushes, as people are rushing the 18th hole to celebrate with Nick Taylor, one of the guys that rushed was Adam Hadwin. He's a Canadian golfer. The security didn't recognize him and lit him up. Security at the Canadian Open blasted another golfer.
Why though? I don't understand why it's him. Like, of all the people, there's so many people running on the course.
I mean, he was getting close, right? Maybe it's because he was spraying the champagne. Is that? Or, I don't even know that champagne or if it's just a water bottle that he's squeezing.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's a water bottle that he's squeezing.
Yeah.
And they decided him?
Yeah, you're right. There is a million people. That is a great question. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess.
I'm trying to find the video of it.
I mean, it's on here. It's maybe it's one of the. Maybe he just. Maybe you think security's had their eye on him all week, and it's like, if we get a chance, we're taking this guy out.
We're taking him out.
I know maybe he said something mean. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know Adam Hadwin, but maybe he muttered a comment that security overheard and they didn't like it.
My thing is, like, I feel like rushing the course at like a PGA event.
Yeah,
kind of lame, right?
Out of all the things you could rush,
of all the sports, like, that's got to be the lamest one.
Maybe though, in golf, normally it's so
pristine.
Everything's
put together.
Yeah, everything's so bottled up.
Yeah.
That when you get an opportunity like this, a walk-off putt on the 18th hole by a Canadian at the Canadian Open, that you just let loose. You finally have an excuse to do something fun at a golf tournament.
Then you're like looking like next to you, the people that are running out there. I mean, we've got a wide range of people, right? We probably got like some 30-year-olds that are out there having fun and stuff, and then you got like the put together 75-year-olds that are also, they're not out there like celebrating, they're out there like feeling the grass and like really soaking it all in, and the other people are just throwing water like crazy. I feel like it would be the most odd scene of rushing a field in all of sports.
I think more in golf than any other sport. If you, I feel like guys that manicure the football stadium fields, they get it, right? When Tennessee rushes the field after a big win in a football game,
they're like, rush it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
The groundskeepers are probably rushing right there with them. But in golf, because it's so much work to keep the green, they're probably like,
easy.
Yeah,
I
right.
can imagine it's probably a big deal.
it'll take me 6 months to get that green back in working condition again.
That is the truth.
So that is, I feel that's who I feel for. Adam Hadwin, because he had no business getting tackled, and then the groundskeepers at this golf tournament, because they never saw this coming.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
It's time for our box office breakdown, where we look back at what made some money and what maybe didn't over the weekend. Your number one movie at the box office was Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Just like I said it would.
Just like we planned it. I feel like I couldn't have been more accurate when I predicted this on Friday, because we said it would be a close call, right, between Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Mm-hmm.
It was a close call. They were just $5 million apart. That's
Just
real
as
close.
I said.
Real close. And I recall saying the number 60 million.
I
Does that
believe
sound
you.
familiar?
I believe you did say 60 million.
Which is exactly what it made.
Really?
$60 million in North America for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Which you think they're happy with that?
It's pretty solid.
It's crazy to ask the question. You think they're happy with $60 million?
I mean, it seems like a pretty average, pretty average movie.
That's a pretty big blockbuster. So that was number one, a close call over Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which made another $55 million, and then The Little Mermaid hanging tight in there with $22 million, still making a decent amount of money for as long as it's been in the theaters. I'm gonna go ahead and guess. I'm gonna throw this out there. I feel like you didn't watch any movies this weekend.
Oh no,
You didn't find time for a single one.
that's what And as I said on Friday, I already said on Friday I wasn't gonna watch anything.
Yeah.
I had a busy weekend planned, and I did not turn on the TV this weekend, unfortunately. So I didn't get to see anything.
I'm trying to think if I even watched a movie, because yesterday I said I had a lazy day, but that did not.
Which would have been the perfect day to watch a movie.
Yep, but I did not incorporate a movie into my Sunday. So actually, I feel like I dropped the ball a little bit. I feel
Yeah,
like
you did.
someone's counting on me. They were booking it for their Monday. They're like, I got to hear what Hudson had to watch.
See, I have a whole list of things that I want to watch. Have I gotten to them? No.
What's at the top of your list?
I still need to see catch up on the Marvel movies. I need to see Ant-Man. I need to see Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I want to see this Transformers movie. Those are my big ones right now.
You could do Ant-Man so easy. It's on Disney Plus.
I know, but I got to watch it with the right people that have also been waiting to watch it with me. So it's a whole thing. It's
I
not
hate
just
that.
me. It's others.
You don't just want to.
There's other people involved. I can't do it without them.
You could cheat on them.
No, I can't do that.
You ever do that?
Up. That'd be messed up.
It wouldn't be messed up.
Yes, it would.
Well, they don't know what
Because we've been waiting this long. If I wanted to do that, I would have just done it months ago. When it first came out on Disney Plus, I would have watched it. And now I've waited this long, so now I just gotta watch it.
But think about it. You could watch it now, watch it without them, and then when you guys actually wind up watching it together, think about the lines that you could have cooked up. Think about the jokes you could make.
I'm like, I feel like I kind of already know what's gonna happen. Like, it's so obvious. The
you would
plot
seem
is
so
obvious.
smart. You would seem so smart predicting all the twists and turns.
But it's also, I don't want to watch it by myself because I think it's more fun when you watch a movie with others because then you can react together. And then when it ends, you can talk about it. That's like half the fun of the movie.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to make a pledge that I'm to make up for not seeing the movies. I think tomorrow I might see Across the Spider-Verse.
In theaters.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think so. Tomorrow, not this past weekend because I'm cheap.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
About time somebody dealt with this problem. It's well documented. Dogs love to chew shoes. And their favorite shoe, the shoe style for a dog to chew, I think has to be flip-flop, wouldn't you say?
They do like flip-flops. Some dogs do.
Yeah, some dogs, not every dog. My dog would never chew a flip-flop. She would never chew any shoe. I don't think in my years of having her, she's ever chewed. She's never chewed a shoe. But I know for many dogs it is a problem. Until now, we have a Brazilian footwear company called Brizza that claims they have solved the problem of dogs chewing on flip-flops by partnering with Pedigree and Miram Brazil, an advertising agency. They have developed an unchewable flip-flop.
Made of what?
Made of
Like dog toy?
the most bitter substance known to man.
So it's flavor.
Yes. It's not that the flip-flop itself will, it's not so sturdy that it is impervious to chewing, but it tastes so bad that your dog puts this thing in its mouth one time and your dog at that point will probably learn its lesson and maybe never lick a shoe again, never get close to one.
I can imagine, though, is there a smell that comes with this? That's what I'm thinking.
I would think so, too.
Like if it tastes bad, it has to have a smell, too, right?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily true, is it?
I guess it might not. You would think it has. It definitely can't.
It's a concern.
If it smelled bad, the flip-flop would be unbuyable. So
that's right.
There's no way that they could have a bad smell to it. That's what you think.
But that raises an interesting point, though. You would think that based off of our feet flopping around in those flip-flops all the time, when you're wearing flip-flops, your feet get dirty. Your feet get dirty and nasty. They might not be all sweaty because they're cooped up in socks and shoes, but your feet are still nasty. It's getting all the dirt and grime and whatever that you're out walking around in, and that's all over the flip-flop. It's all over your shoe, over your foot, and then your foot is all up in that flip-flop. You'd think that would make it taste bad enough for a dog to not want to chew on it.
They want it more, actually, if your foot's been in it.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
I think it's the saltiness.
I think it is too.
And the sweatiness of your feet.
Yeah.
I think dogs like that.
My dog, Jim, doesn't mess with shoes, but he loves socks. Socks are his number one thing. If he's going to steal something from me, it's a sock. He loves stealing my socks. That's his number one. Does not mess with shoes at all. He could mess with shoes whenever he wants because they're always out and about. I leave it all out for him. He does not care.
Mm-hmm.
Socks, there's one on the ground. He's picking it up.
Does he prefer dirty or clean?
Dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to need this company then to come on in and make some unchewable socks. They say that it's just an annoyance for dogs to chew up on your flip-flops and shoes, but it's actually real dangerous for them, which is why this is more than just fun and games. They're trying to do this to actually save dogs, because when dogs chew on shoes, if they wind up ingesting part of the shoe, that can be real dangerous. It gets stuck in their intestine somewhere. You can't have that. You got to get an operation, expensive. Your dog's in danger, whatever. So hopefully these unchewable flip-flops, hopefully they actually are everything they claim to be, and we can solve this problem once and for all. Stop having dogs chewing on our shoes.
I would like to request for unchewable socks next. That's my request.
I wish earlier on they made unchewable carpet. That would have been helpful to me.
Would have saved you a deposit on an apartment, huh?
Yeah, sure would. Maybe some undestroyable blinds also might be good if we're solving dog problems.
Yeah, those are better ones, I think.
Yeah, than the flip-flops. They'd help me more anyways.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
We've got a mom. Her son wanted a tattoo. She warned him. She said, you can get a tattoo, but it's got to mean something. If it doesn't mean anything, I'm going to get the same tattoo as you. See how you like it then.
That's a good threat.
And then, sure enough, the son gets a tattoo. His chosen tattoo is tribal armband. Something tells me he wasn't tribal.
Doesn't seem like it meant anything, possibly.
Odds aren't that it actually didn't mean anything. So his mom sees the tattoo, and sure enough, she follows. So he thought she wasn't serious. She was serious. She followed through, got the tattoo, and now her son has basically stopped showing off the tattoo to anybody. It's his own secret now.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because his mom has the exact same one. Good or bad?
Oh.
Good or bad parenting right there.
See, I'm very, very torn on this because I think this is hilarious.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Like, I think it's really funny that she did this, but at the same time, now she has this tattoo.
She's stuck with it too.
That's just totally a total petty move.
For the rest of her life, she's got a tribal armband.
To teach her son a lesson.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I would lean that she, I don't know. It's so funny though. It's really hard because it's so stupid. Like, it's so dumb. And for her, like, as like an adult in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that she would have gotten the tattoo. Like, it's a wild thing.
It's crazy that she followed through. But
yeah.
I mean, you got to give her credit on that. You got to give her credit. I don't know if it...
Because he tried to call her bluff.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm about it. Let's do it. I'll get to the same tattoo as you. And now the son does not even want the tattoo. He feels like an idiot now, for sure.
Yeah. He definitely... It brings down the coolness level of the tattoo, which it was a
10x.
tribal armband. It probably wasn't that cool to begin with. But yeah, it's way less cool now. You have the same tattoo as your mom, and it wasn't like a planned, like, oh, we're getting matching tattoos to honor whoever, because that would have meaning. I like it. I think she did a good job.
I think it's funny.
I don't know if she went about it the exact right way. I feel like she should have gotten a stupid tattoo before he even got one. If the idea was stop your son from getting a meaningless tattoo that's just going to look dumb one day, if not day one, you get the tattoo first. You sacrifice yourself. You say, look.
That's a wild thing to say.
No, because if you...
Expecting him to get one?
If he's been talking about, oh, I want to get a tattoo, here's the things I'm thinking about. You get it before he even gets the tattoo, because now you're both stuck with the stupid tattoo. If you got it before him and you could show, like, look, I'm 50 years old. You're going to have this same tattoo when you're 50 if you get it. That's going to look pretty dumb, ain't it?
But now I just look dumb.
Yeah. But that's what you do. That's what you do as a mom. That's what you do as a mom. You sacrifice yourself.
You're like, you know what, son? Don't text and drive or else you get in a car accident. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to text and drive every day until I get in a car accident. That way you never will. Like, that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
which is insanity.
that is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do as a mom to teach your children to make sure that they learn from your mistakes.
That's a terrible take, but I will say that the comments here are totally against the mom.
Really?
Everybody's, all of them. They said, getting a copy of the tattoo of your son and saying tattoos had to be meaningful / well thought out doesn't really match. The only thing you showed him...
Her tattoo has way more meaning than his does.
Yeah.
If somebody goes up to him and asks him about his tattoo, what's he going to tell him? I thought it looked cool. If somebody goes up to her and asks her about her tattoo, she can say, I got this to teach my son a lesson.
Yep, that's true. Some other one said the only thing you showed him is that you're a jerk and you don't stand behind your ideals. I'd rather have a meaningless tattoo that I like the look of than have a tattoo that permanently shows what a petty, toxic person I can be.
Take it easy.
Another one says, so now you're an adult with a spite tattoo. You really owned your son with that move. A bunch of hate on the mom. I think it's funny, though.
Yeah, I think it's funny. If
like, would I do it? No. But for her to see from far away, I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's definitely an extreme tactic to take. You have to really hate tattoos, but...
you gotta really hate tattoos to get one.
Yeah, that's right. But I like it.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
What is the best Facebook Marketplace find you've ever found?
I've gotten some good couches
off
of Facebook Marketplace.
No bed bugs or anything?
No bed bugs or nothing, no.
Yeah.
My first couch I got for my apartment that I live in now was a pretty good couch. It ended up kind of like falling apart. It was like $50, and it was a real nice one. I'm trying to think of other things I got. The TV I have now was like $100, nice TV, and it came with Netflix.
That's right, built into it because they never signed out. And you probably had that long enough to where if you had bought a Netflix subscription for this length of time, it would definitely more than $100.
Yeah, for sure. Over the course of over a year, like I just now this past weekend tried to get on Netflix, and we're finally kicked off now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got kicked off because of the password sharing thing.
The dream is over.
Yeah, it's over now. But I'm sure we got our money's worth. So that was the TV was a really good find.
Yeah. You can find some great stuff. Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist, not as much anymore, although that used to be the glory days of finding like good deals was Craigslist back in the day. And then, Nextdoor, there's all kinds of places where you can find deals online. This is the dream, though, right here. We have a guy in L.A. who purchased a chair on Facebook Marketplace for $50. Now, he kind of knew, in a way, what he was getting into. He knew that the chair was worth more than $50, probably. The problem is the chair, it's an old chair. It's designed from the company Fritz Henningsen. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. I mean, it meant something to somebody.
Not me.
But not us. But he spent $50 on this leather chair. It was in pretty rough shape. It's an older chair. But it turns out that this chair was worth a ton, way more than $50, and way more than this guy bargained for. It actually sold at auction for over $100,000.
No chance.
He turned $50 into $107,000, almost $108,000.
Dang, that's enough work for the year. I mean, he did it all in one purchase.
Yeah.
Resold it.
And even if, I don't know if he did any restoration on it, he says that the chair is from 1935 and the leather, it's a leather chair. The leather on it was still original, which is why, even though it's in bad shape, that doesn't really matter because since it was the original leather, it's just really a chair. It's a time capsule of a chair from 1935. It's hard to find. He found it, $50, resold it for over $100,000 at auction. Here's a question for me though. Do you feel bad?
Yes.
If you went ahead like these people that sold it, he says that the people were just decluttering and they didn't really realize what they had on their hands. And so would you feel bad reselling that or buying it from them, even buying it from them, knowing that it's probably worth way more than they're charging you for it?
Like, I think that it's not like his fault or anything.
No.
It's not wrong of him to do that because some people are saying
wrong.
that he took advantage of them and all this stuff. I mean, obviously he knew that it was worth more than that.
Yeah.
But it's not his job. I mean, if he didn't buy it, somebody else is going to. And whether they knew if it was expensive or not, or should be more expensive.
Yeah.
Either way. But at the same time, you do feel bad for the couple who sold it. Because they had $100,000 sitting in their garage and they didn't even know. And they sort of for $50.
You do feel bad for them.
Oh, for sure. You know they're kicking themselves right now.
They got everything they wanted from it, though. Like, if they never found out it was worth over $100,000 and they never see this news story, they got $50 and they got rid of the chair. That's all they needed. So they shouldn't be
upset. But they may have needed more than that.
They may, but they would, like this guy had to go through, putting it up to auction at Sotheby's is that's not just something you just do. You know, that was a lot of work for him, probably.
You think it was $100,000 worth of work?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'd probably say no.
Yeah, but I mean, if you knew, then I guess you'd feel bad. I don't. I have a lot of experience with this actually, because my wife does this.
Yeah,
and I only sometimes feel bad if it's somebody giving something away for free. If they give if I pay them for it, they got what they wanted. I get what I wanted. But if they give it away for free and it's worth a ton of money, sometimes I do feel a little bad.
I can imagine that these people are kicking themselves.
Yeah.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Netflix, they've been cracking down on the password sharing. That has begun going back to, it looks like May 23rd was the first day.
They got me.
They got you. Yeah, that's right.
I'm done.
You're kicked off.
I'm off.
You're cut off of the stranger's Netflix account that you were using.
We tried to make ours home base. Because obviously you can only have it at the home base.
Yeah, man, that would be a wild move.
We tried to make ours home base. We're like, is this a mistake? And we were like, yes. We were trying to stay on as long as we could.
Yeah.
And then and
that didn't work.
We got booted.
Dang.
Yeah, so no longer have Netflix, unfortunately.
Somehow, hopefully you'll survive. For me, as far as I know, although me and my family in 2 different states, at one point it was 3 different states, 3 different addresses. As far as I know, we're still going strong.
They're coming for you.
I say that.
They're coming for you.
I also don't know how the last time I checked in on Netflix to even see.
Yeah, they're coming.
Which Netflix is probably not happy to hear. Although maybe they are, because they're like, fine, if you weren't paying for it, we don't want you anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're finding is the password sharing crackdown is working. According to some data from Antenna, which is a research company, they found that current Netflix signups are at a 4-year high.
Oh, because everyone's like, now I have to get it for myself. I'll just pay for the $10 or whatever it is now, $15. Dang, that stinks, because that means that Netflix feels validated.
Yeah, they think that they've figured something out here.
Like, this is a good move for us.
Yep.
The worst.
The currently 73,000 new accounts are opened per day on Netflix, which is the highest it's been since January of 2019.
Which makes sense, because like back then, Netflix maybe wasn't as popular.
It was still new.
And so people were signing up for the first time. Obviously now, we were at a stalemate where everybody already had Netflix, or you already had Hulu.
Had access to it, that wanted to watch something on there, plus a bunch of people who probably didn't really care about it, but still had access to it anyways. Now, but now everybody who wants to watch something actually needs their own account, it looks like. And so Netflix, it's working for them. Now, of course, a lot of accounts have been canceled in recent days as well, but definitely not enough to make up for these record numbers of people signing up. But you know, the real bad news about this is not only that Netflix feels validated, but every other streaming service can see this and go, oh boy, we could make more money too.
That'll be disastrous for me.
It would be. It'd be just, my entire TV watching life would change if Max and Disney Plus and Hulu all start doing the same thing. It's going to be the end for me.
For me, I have Hulu, no matter what, because my roommate pays for Hulu.
Okay.
So that is ours.
They can't take that away from you.
They cannot take that away.
Unless somebody is squatting on your Hulu account like you were squatting on the Netflix account.
And they become home base before us.
Yeah, they beat you to the punch.
But we have that, and that's all we've got.
That's all you have left.
No more Disney Plus.
Yeah.
No more Netflix. No more YouTube TV. Nothing.
It could all come crashing down so quickly if everybody else learns something from Netflix here.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
There's so many things that happen in TV shows that you watch, especially like older sitcoms, that happen all the time in TV shows that I don't know how much they actually happen in real life. For example, hall monitors.
Does not happen at all in real life.
You don't think that happens in real life?
0% chance.
There's
never seen one.
Always some like hardo kid that really wants to, like boss everybody around, assert their authority, even though they're probably real dorky.
Like, has that ever been a real thing? A hall monitor?
I was homeschooled, so I didn't know. I always just went along with that story.
You thought that was real?
I didn't know. I always questioned.
Yeah, that wasn't real. At least where I went to school.
You never had a hall monitor?
That was never a thing.
Yeah, that's
If you
one.
were the hall monitor, that would have been a crazy job.
Yeah, here's another one. There's always an episode where the kids somehow get a hold of the parents' emergency credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe even the dad has like a conversation where it's like, this credit card, here we have it just for emergencies. And it somehow gets introduced to the kid. And then it's like, oh, this is an emergency. I need a popsicle or whatever. And then they run up the credit card bill. Eventually, the parents find out, of course, and somehow everything is okay. That never is like, no, our family's in financial ruin. What have you done? It always is just okay, even though that credit card was just supposed to be for emergencies. Just if you have like a really expensive auto repair or something like that.
And that does happen in real life.
What have you stolen your parents' emergency credit card?
I've never done that, but I'm sure
you think that happens in real? I mean, I think it happens. I think it has happened.
Yes, it's for sure happened.
I don't know.
Like some kid getting on like their dad's like DoorDash and just ordering a bunch of food or things like that, or like being on like a PlayStation or Xbox and just like using the credit card on there to buy a bunch of games and stuff like that. Like I can imagine that happening.
I think parents or kids running up the credit card bill happens. I just don't know if it's always the emergency credit card situation. And I also really don't think that, unlike on TV, I don't think most of the time the parents at the end of the day when they discover that the credit card bill has run up has just been like, all right, you're grounded for a week.
Well, I'm glad that you learned a lesson.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll cover this.
Yeah.
We'll pay the interest and everything. But I want to tell you that a lesson you can take away from that is that actually is what God is like, where you can take, he's not just for emergencies, that you can run God up whenever you need him, even if it's something as casual as I need a popsicle. I need this small little tiny thing. It's not actually an emergency, but you can call on God for that and he'll help you out. But then when the actual emergency comes up and there's actually something serious, it's not like if TV was real, you'd need to use that emergency credit card and be like, "Oh, sorry, can't. You've you're at your limit." It's like in the shows where somehow everything's fine. Somehow God can still help you out in the emergencies, even when you call on him for all the little dumb stuff too. Jesus is ready to help you with the big problems and the small problems and everything in between. And he's there whenever you need him. There is no limit. There is no max. Just start talking to him. Say, hey, God, I need some help. I've got this little thing going on. I've got this big thing going on, whatever it is. Help me out here. And he'll do it. 8772 RadioU if you've got something to say.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Talk on the show fairly often about weddings, and a lot of times it revolves around a so-called bridezilla. One bridezilla is enough, right?
Yes.
Imagine having 2,143 bridezillas all in one place.
Sounds like a lot of drama.
A lot of drama, right?
A ton of drama. Too much drama.
It was a reality in India over the weekend where 2,143 couples all got married in under 6 hours at a mass wedding.
That's how you do it.
That's amazing, right?
Fire them out.
Yeah.
Just broadcast it live on TV, and then everybody can attend the wedding.
That's right.
Everybody in the country.
Uh-huh. I don't even know how they got all these people all in one area for such a thing. It feels like that'd be a lot to organize, and I guess it was. They wound up setting 2 Guinness World Records by doing this, by putting on this mass wedding. They married so many couples in less than 6 hours that it broke the record for the most couples married in 12 hours and the most couples married in 24 hours.
Wow. And they did it all in 6.
All in under 6 hours.
That's impressive. That's efficient.
And
so efficient.
It is efficient. They were getting things done. If you just set aside needing all of the, attention and, just needing your wedding day to be your wedding day, you can actually get a lot done, get a lot accomplished.
Way less drama, too.
Uh-huh.
It's really just between the husband and wife,
And, people, when they're getting married, they a lot of times wind up, every conversation winds up being about how they're planning their wedding. And I don't think there was much. If you were one of the couples getting married, I don't think much planning was involved at all.
You just show up.
You just show up and you're good to go. So that it saves you all that hassle. And listen to this. Each couple, all 2,143 of them, each couple received a bunch of gifts, including jewelry, a mattress with bedding, kitchen utensils, a television, and a refrigerator.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I know a lot of that stuff is stuff you might get as wedding gifts anyways. I don't think you're getting a fridge from somebody.
A fridge,
a fridge, and a mattress as wedding gifts.
That's pretty good. Those are good gifts.
That'd be a wild gift to show up with at a wedding. Hey, I got you guys a mattress.
There you go. Brand new. Brand's making new. Hope you like it firm.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. But all these couples, and this is for a good cause too. They say that the reason that they did this, the people who put it on, the officials who put it on there, said that it was to help underprivileged couples get married and start their lives together.
And it made it way easier for all their friends and family, and everybody else can just watch from afar. There's no true drama of what's going on.
Yeah, don't have to worry about traveling. Don't have to worry about being a part of the wedding.
There was probably a handful of couples that probably had some sort of an issue there.
You think so?
And they're like, today's my big day.
I mean, odds are out of 2,143 couples, there had to be some issues for sure.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're getting married en masse like that, way better.
Yeah, I think so.
Real quick, and you had to be a part of something cool.
You did.
You can still have a little party.
You just have to share your day with over 4,000 other people. But
with the rest of the country of India.
But yeah, this is something that you all 2,143 couples can all look back on as a cherished memory. And every time you look at that refrigerator or sleep on that mattress, you could think, what a great day that was.
Thank goodness we did it like that.
Yeah, I love it. I wish we could do something like that here. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Just organize it. On you.
Yeah.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.